in Los Angeles as the Bulls continue their 3-game West Coast trip. Can the Bulls come out of LA with the win before heading to Portland to face off against the Trailblazers? We'll talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content for the guys. And listen, it's a late game. Not gonna lie to you, you almost didn't even get this pregame show. First of all, there's like a storm here. It's been raining here for a while. My internet's been really wonky here like the last hour or so. I had to take a nap. It's been a lot of stuff going on, man. But this late game against the Lakers, to see how the Bulls perform, to see who steps up, man. And can the Bulls get it done? We're not sure yet if Anthony Davis or LeBron James are playing in this game. We'll see if they're going to be able to come in here and play. But listen, it comes down to it. This Bulls team needs to just strictly take care of business. Can you stand on business yet again? You couldn't stand on business in the last game. You did throughout 3 quarters, but the Bulls couldn't really pull that one out. This is another game on that Bulls schedule. If they can play really tough in here, if they can just take care of it, we'll get it done, man. So let's see what the Bulls can do. It's like I said, late game. The game doesn't start for another hour, which is crazy on top of that. But if the Bulls team plays with heart, we know what they can bring playing with heart. We know what they can bring playing with it. So let's see if the Bulls can do that. See if they can take care of that business, as we've been seeing the team do at times over this stretch. And it's going to be one of those games where the Bulls have to set the tone defensively, and that is regardless if LeBron or AD are playing. I want to see the Bulls come in here and set a tone defensively extremely early to just make sure that everybody remembers how good we can be. Now, the offense, the Lakers aren't the best defensive team in the league, right? So the offense is going to have its opportunities if they play the way that we know they can play. But rebounding defense is how this team can really take care of it, put their stamp on this game tonight. And if they do that, it's gonna go a long way in the Bulls playing a better brand of basketball and getting it figured out. So let's hope that the Bulls can do that. Let's hope that they take care of that business, like I said. And if they do, it's gonna be one of those games where we talk about it. And they got to make it interesting. Bulls fans are tired. It's tired right now. It's 8:30 Chicago time. The game doesn't start till 9:30 Chicago time. You got to take care of that business. And so, we'll see. Andre Drummond, Nikola Vucevic should be able to have really big games tonight. We're looking at them and how they set the tone on the boards. The Lakers are a very small team. And, that's with LeBron and AD playing. If those guys are going to end up being out in this game, that's even more reason why Andre Drummond and Nikola Vucevic should be able to have big games tonight against the front court of the Los Angeles Lakers. And if the Bulls do that, they stand on that business, and those guys come out and play. I'm looking at games tonight. I want to see AD. I want to see Nikola Vucevic both have double-doubles tonight. And that's just at the low end. I want to see both of them because, listen, Andre Drummond can absolutely go to work, and he can get physical with Anthony Davis in those minutes. And they ain't really got anybody over 6'10" that's really going to be coming in there. I guess you got Christian Wood, but let's be clear here. Even if Christian Wood is playing that backup center role, there is no reason in hell Andre Drummond can't cook the hell out of Christian Wood. Let's just be clear here. Yeah, like Andre Drummond, Christian Wood, come on, man. I know Christian Wood can fill it up. I know he can get going offensively, but that dude's a worse turnstile defensively than DeMar DeRozan. So you got to come in here, and if they dare put Christian Wood on Andre Drummond, I need to see Andre Drummond go to work. He needs to smile. It's barbecue chicken at that point. You take care of that business, and we can get that shit done. That's it. It's barbecue chicken. That's when you see Christian Wood, they just need to put a chicken on the screen. It's barbecue chicken. Bulls need to take care of their business today, and Christian Wood be that. But this is still a Lakers team that can get hot, right? I don't want to overlook it. You look at D'Angelo Russell, you look at Austin Reeves, especially if Anthony Davis and LeBron do play, they got more than enough firepower offensively to cause the Bulls some fits. And that's one thing we've seen with this Bulls team. If you allow those players to get out in those runs, it can doom the Chicago Bulls. They're going to have to be able to come in here and, like I said, You can't allow those role players. This is not a night where we want to allow the role players to go off. You don't want to allow Austin Reeves to be the reason why you lose that game. Like Austin Reeves can't be the reason why the Bulls lose the game today. So, defensively, we have more than enough firepower to keep throwing at those guys, even out on the perimeter. I know I'm not the biggest Javon Carter guy, but again, his defense off the bench, he can either make this game or he can not make this game. And so, that's something you definitely want to look at as well when it comes down to it, and see if he can stand again on that business that we've seen this team be able to do. So don't want to oversimplify it. I don't want to act like it's not a game where the Bulls don't have to come in and be on their P's and Q's. You do not want to allow the Los Angeles Lakers to get on a run. You got to respect the opponent in front of you. And the Lakers are an opponent that can cause the Bulls fits. And so I don't want to come in here and just because I'm the Bulls fan and act like, hey, the Bulls just play defense. We got this. Because this is a Bulls team that when you face off against those teams with those seasoned vets against it, or teams just that refuse to go away, we've seen them completely get their asses kicked. And so you want to try to avoid a letdown like that if you can. And that's why defense, rebounding, those are things to stay on top of and pay attention to early and often. Can you force those turnovers? This bench unit in Io, Andre Drummond, Javon Carter, Dalen Terry got more than enough defensive firepower and the ability to get out in transition to cause the Lakers fits. But will they is the bigger question here. Are they going to be able to do that? Because if our defense off the bench also sets the tone, that's another thing that can separate us in this game against the Los Angeles Lakers. So, that's what I'm hoping to see, man. I know that this is a game that the Bulls can win, but will they win it is the biggest question here. And that's one that we got to ask ourselves that can only be told on the basketball court. Shay, this is the time that we should force turnovers and we should get out on the break. Completely agree with you, Shay. We got Nas in the building. Says, yo, see red. Absolutely. We're seeing black and gold, white, black, and gold today, brother. Kobe and DeMar should look to have a big game tonight because let's face it. Prince or Austin Reeves cannot guard either one of them. I completely agree with you, Shay. Completely agree with you. Anthony Vargas in the building says, let's see how Kobe White and the players play tonight, Haize. Can't see red. Can't believe it is going to be at 9:30. It's crazy. It's crazy that the game is as late as what it is. I think this is the latest game that we play this season. Our game says, our man Haize, how you holding up for the late game? Still wearing that amazing watch from your vids earlier today. Can't wait to see it. No, I'm not wearing. Where's that watch at? I'm not wearing the same watch. That watch is that's a special watch. With all due respect to Christian Wood, this team is too small to be competing with us. Completely agree with you. I got 100% agree with you there. Jay Lee in the building says this fit is fire sale. Thank you for that, Jay. I appreciate you, brother. How's it hanging, brother? Dig the jacket. Let's get this dub. Let's get it. Let's hope that we can get the dub. Loving the monochrome look, Haize. This get up is sweet. Is this technically monochrome? But I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Chi-Town Javier says pregame show. Yeah, it's the pregame show, bro. Like the game doesn't start for another hour, man. That's how deep in the trenches we are right now. The game doesn't start for another hour. JK says, I wish DeMar would sit for like 2 games just to see what the team looks like without him and Zach. I mean, why? Like we need firepower. We've seen it. We need extra firepower. If we continue playing hard like we did against Phoenix, this would be a WC Red. Yeah, but they got to play full 48 minutes of strong like that. I'm about to get out of work. What the fuck? These motherfuckers usually start as I'm getting in. Yeah, it's funny. This is about the time we're doing usually the halftime hangout. Daniel Barry says, yo, what's going on, Daniel? Glad to have you here in the building. We got Quentin from Let's Talk Bulls in the building. Says, what's up, Bulls family? Stand on business, jump shit on business if we're being honest. That is hilarious. That's funny. Tay Hollins in the building says, go Bulls, see red. Absolutely, brother. Glad to have you in here. R Bow R BB. R Bow BB. All right. Or is that 88? 88. That's what that is. What up, Haize? Can't lie. It's going to be hard to stay up and watch this game. Hey, let's hope that the Bulls are definitely playing, man. I know this is easier said than done, but Patrick Williams has to look to attack LeBron and make him play defense. I mean, listen, the thing is, we all know that our game plan offensively isn't ever really built around Patrick Williams. So I hesitate to say that we need, like, it makes it easier for sure. Like, Patrick Williams is on, and is he shooting the ball well? You got to guard him out to that 3-point line. Let's hope that that's the case. Alex Caruso better look to lock down Austin Reeves tonight. I mean, listen, when it comes down to it, we know that Alex Caruso can lock down Austin Reeves, but you got to keep in mind, I don't want to act like he may not have to end up guarding D'Angelo Russell. Now, I hope that Kobe White owns that assignment today, and that we're not looking at that. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. James Jameson says, I hate the West Coast game. Well, this is the West Coast games aren't usually this late. So this isn't even just to do with the West Coast. This is just something special, man. The fact that the game starts this late is wild. It's wild. CF Football Candy says that jacket is fire. I appreciate that. It's actually a jump. It's like not a jumpsuit, but like it's pants to go with it too. I got on shorts. You know, I don't. Never mind. But yeah. But it's fire. I really do. I told y'all I'm in my black and gold era of Bulls attire. Like for some reason, I've been getting a lot of black and gold Bull stuff this year so far, and it's like, that's a look. It's definitely a look. After seeing the Terry Rozier trade by Miami, is it wrong? Is it wrong to say, safe to say, I see Zach remaining with the Bulls past the trade deadline? It's clear it's the contract now. I gotta disagree with that. Because I don't really think that it is, because if it was the contract, Pascal wouldn't have been moved, right? It's more than just that. It's the combination of the contract, the doubts around him, and his inability to stay healthy. Zach LaVine suffering another injury that puts him out right up until the trade deadline really does hurt those questions that were already there around Zach LaVine's health. So Archangel says, let's hope the officials don't hose us tonight too badly. But you got to put yourself in a position as well. If you play good enough, the officiating can only affect you so much. Javon isn't going to make this game, Haize. You have a better chance throwing a quarter down a well and it coming back to you. That's hilarious. Oh man, but this is the type of game that Javon can make his presence felt. This would be a perfect game for Javon to try to have his best offensive game, because none of the guards besides Vincent can play defense. Well, Gabe Vincent is also out with injury for some months. Gabe Vincent ain't walking through that door anytime soon. So, he has time. He has time. I hope Julian Phillips get some tick. I don't even know if he traveled with the team on this West Coast trip. So I don't think that's going to be the case. Frederick Cooper said, "Where did you get that jacket?" I can't release. No, this is actually exclusive to Hibbett Sports. So this is the only place that you can get that jacket. So there you go. There you go. It's a Hibbett Sports exclusive with pro standard. So there you go. Wait, what time is it for y'all? Isn't it like an hour difference between CST and EST? Yes. So the game time starts at 10:30 Eastern time, 9:30 Chicago time. So Samir in the building says, do you think the mock trade for Zach LaVine for Bogdanovich and a young player includes picks as well? It better damn well. Like, don't get me wrong, and they could be protected picks, but there's no way with what we've seen on the trade market to me that says that the Bulls aren't going to get some type of picks back for Zach LaVine. They're going to get picks back. They're going to get first back. I feel safe in saying it's just where are those first at, right? Like, especially when you're trading with, well, if you're trading with the Detroit Pistons, there's enough reason there to believe that maybe it's not going to be it will be heavily protected because their pick is going to be high. But other than that, man, we'll see. OTR in the building says, yo, what's good, Haize? Loving the drip, by the way. The hat jacket combo is heat. I appreciate that, man. Listen, I do this a little bit, just a little bit. I may do a little something when it comes down to the drip, man. The game starts at 3:30 a.m. for me. Laughing my ass off. I'm finished. Jesus. Will you still have Locked on Bulls tonight? It may end up pushing to the morning. We'll see. Me and Pat have talked about it, and we've said that depending on how this game goes, we'll see if we're going to do a live post game show today. What's good, my dude? Do you think it is the best trade for Zach? Oh, what do you think is the best trade for Zach LaVine? I don't know if there is a best trade for Zach LaVine. I mean, we've heard a lot of different rumored deals. I don't know the validity of each one of those, but like I've said before, it really comes down to just a simple fact. Go out and get the best deal possible. That's it. It just comes down to that. Rob says Zach out another week, which is the 2 weeks they gave us Max originally. Yeah, so he's not quite at the week yet. I think week would be tomorrow, and so technically he has another week on that original timeline that they gave us. So I'm praying for the day. So you're not praying PRAY, you're praying PREY, which means you're trying to kill somebody. I'm praying for the day Maryland gets another chance with an NBA team. I always be a Bulls fan, but the hour difference between killing me sometimes. I might nap for the halftime of this game. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, bro. I do think Bogdanovich would fit nicely on this team. I do too. Like the my issues with the proposed trade with the Detroit Pistons isn't Bogdanovich. I like Bogdanovich, especially if you're getting rid of Zach LaVine. To get a player like Bogdanovich back in here that can stretch the floor, that understands how to play without the ball, isn't bad. But you need a young piece or some picks as well in that, because it can't just be Bogdanovich. Can't just be him. Vincent says, I got off work at 11, so the game should still be on. Yep, the game should. Matter of fact, you probably will only miss the first quarter in that case, bro. Probably only the first quarter. Patch in the building says, hopefully Io had a great game off the bench tonight, unless he's starting. I don't think he's going to be starting, so probably off the bench. And listen, Io's been a really good player off the bench for the Chicago Bulls. He's really finding his rhythm. He understands his role. All that's really helping him in this time. I'm not going to lie. If the New Orleans Pelicans were interested in Zach LaVine, the first thing I would ask for is Herb Jones. I think most people would probably agree with that. Probably agree with that. Ant the big homie says, do you have any update on Torrey Craig? No, it's been quiet. Keep in mind that timeline that they gave us, it would mean that he's back at earliest about the second week of February, at the latest the end of February. So we still got a while to go for that one. Either way, he's coming back after the All-Star break. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see it before then. Wow, we might have Alonzo Ball sighting today the game. That's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Kobe and Pat, the future big three. Got to go fit his firewall. I appreciate that, man. I always fuck up praying and praying for some. Hey, I just like to fuck with you, Sam. You all good, brother. Real Bulls fans know AK thinks he's the smartest in the room, so he's going to wait till the end of the deadline to make a move if he does. I don't think that has anything to do with being the smartest man in the room, and I don't think that either. I hate when people say real Bulls fans know, because no, I don't think AK necessarily thinks he's the smartest man in the room, but he does like to review any and all options ahead of him, and he does know, as anybody who has paid attention knows, that as you get closer to the trade deadline, teams become more desperate, especially if other targets start going off the board. So I think that's something to look out for as well there. I definitely need some more assets. Bog would help Patrick Williams learn new parts of his game. Listen, at this point, I'm at the point where I don't really say a lot about Pat learning from XYZ. Like, when it comes down to Pat, it comes down to Pat just being aggressive, man. And it's like, how many mentors do you need to understand to go out there and want it more than the person in front of you? And you know that I'm not down on Pat. I still think Pat is going to have a really good long career, but it's just those questions are real ones when it comes down to Pat. I bought 2 super chats and they didn't show up. Did you? Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I see it on this end. Yeah, I don't see anything from you. Even in like the master list of super chats, I don't see anything. It may be YouTube system. It doesn't look like it charged you, at least, though. So let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything. So let's hope that you weren't charged. But thank you for trying to support the channel, bro. But yeah, I don't see anything, at least not on YouTube side. But YouTube could be tripping on my side as well. Um, OTR says, not about the Bulls, but what do you think about All-Star starting lineups? In my opinion, I don't know why Dame is starting. Have they released the All-Star? They haven't released the starting lineups yet, have they? If they did, I completely missed it. It's been a long content day. If you guys are subscribed also to Chicago Bears Central, you'll know that we're having a crazy right now stretch on Chicago Bears Central. So I was the first YouTube channel to break the news of Shane Waldron hiring, and since then, it's been crazy. We've gained 700 subscribers in just 7 days over there. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Like 1 million views in like a few days as well. It's really been it's been crazy. I'm just gonna be frank with you. You have those times where you just look at shit and you're just like, this doesn't make any logical sense at all. That's where I am right now. So we got DeAndre Butler in the building. Says, "Bro, you went crazy with that fit." Hey, listen. Listen, it's just the jacket. The jacket makes the fit. I got a plain ass black shirt under here. But that and this hat. Listen, how I got this hat too was crazy. I was actually in Hibbett Sports buying my son's shoes last year around Christmas, and I saw this hat and I was like, "Hey, that colorway's dope." And I got this. I didn't have not a damn thing to go with this hat when I originally got it, but a year later now, I'm filling out the fits. With the way they're playing, do you think a trade is truly needed? Of course, something would have happened in the offseason, but is it smart to disrupt the flow right now? Well, you got to keep in mind this, Sydney, is that Zach LaVine hasn't really been part of that flow. And this isn't to have the conversation on are the Bulls better without Zach and all that type of stuff. I'm not really interested in having that conversation. But I think if you do move Zach, there is a reason to believe that it could help the flow if you get the right complementary pieces in here, and it could help Kobe. So a player like Herb Jones with Kobe White, I really like that. A player like Bodan Bogdanovic with Kobe as well, I like that strictly because it allows Kobe in the way that he's been breaking down defense to get to the lane, gives him another shooter out there. So I like those aspects of it. So it just depends on what you get back in the trade. There's definitely something that can get back in the trade where it can really help what the team's doing. Brazil Popular in the building says, "Hey Haize, does poison pills never get traded?" Asking because of Isaiah Stewart with Ivy untouchable. You think they'd give him up instead of as a young player? Well, it's not that he's untouchable. It's just they've been hesitant. Now, I look at that and say this. If the Pistons are truly interested in Zach LaVine, I don't think Jaden Ivey holds them from getting that deal done. I think it could be a ploy. It could be a negotiation tactic to where you're like, hey, we don't really want to give up Ivy. So if we do give you up Ivy, we don't really want to have to include a non-protected first round pick. So how about this? Let's give you Jaden Ivey. We'll agree to come down on that. But let's go ahead and put a top 15 protection on that pick, guys. Like, that's the type of thing that I think it is. Keep in mind, there's a lot of posturing. But Isaiah Stewart, he can be moved. So poison pill deals, it's not that they can't be traded. It's just depending on how they were written, it could get a little bit interesting on the team that's trading for them. Bulls got some young, hungry players who need tick. I'm tired of the big three playing like some no knees, no gas in the tank MFers. That's crazy from K Trip, but hey, I feel you on that one, bro. I don't understand real Bulls fans either, because if you're a fan of the team, doesn't that mean you are a real fan? The only exception would be people who don't support the team until they're good. I think people throw out the real fan thing when they're on their own shit, and it's like something additive to try to make their point have more validity, and it really just doesn't add up all the time. So all love, broski. I appreciate that. I don't know. Did I say something to you? Why are we not good enough for the other watch? What? It's a watch. I didn't even realize you guys paid attention to the watch. So I'm a Bulls fan from LA, so I'm used to these late night starts. I prefer when I go to the games because traffic is ass out here. Well, first off, if you're from LA, it's not even a late start for you. Like, what is it? The 3 hours behind me, so it's what, almost 7 o'clock there? That's not late. What are we talking about? Shit, let's go Bear Central. Hey, listen, Bear Central getting it right now. Nope, Haize. Where you get that jacket from, my guy? This came from Hibbett Sports. It's a Hibbett Sports exclusive, but it's made by Pro Standard. But Pro Standard doesn't even have it listed on their website. They have released the starting lineups as well, and of course the captains, Bron and Giannis again, and as well as the jersey, which looks like 2020 All-Star uniforms. Now, I did see that they released the jerseys. I didn't see that the All-Star starters were released. That's crazy. Why does it feel like it's early for the All-Star starters to be released? But I guess it's not. End of January, I guess that makes sense for the starters to be released now. But hey, let me see if I can pull them up. God damn it, Porzingis got hurt. That sucks, man. That sucks. Jokic got hit in the eye. Like, what is happening out here, man? Everybody's getting jacked up today. Let's hope that's not a precursor to anything happening in this motherfucker. That's crazy. Porzingis hurt. Old boy poked in the eye. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? But yeah, so Dame Lillard is an all-star starter. Why? Why? J- Over Jalen Brunson? So your East starters are Giannis, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, and Dame Lillard. I can see that. That's not too bad there. But what? Huh. All right. Well, it is what it is there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Do you think the Bulls regret not trading Zach at last year's deadline for Barrett and picks? Yes, absolutely. Pistons have more untouchable players than wins. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. Christian says, real Bulls fans know the Ja Rule Nelly concert is must see. In all seriousness, you're the best, Haize. You deserve what's happening to all your channels. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that, man. We just out here working, fam. We just out here working. That's it. I don't know what to say. I'm so proud of my team, man. What me and the Kanye boys have built with Chicago Bears Central is crazy. Crazy. Sometimes I remember at least we don't have Ben Simmons contract, and then I feel a little bit better. Listen, that Ben Simmons contract is wild. That's wild. What's good, Haize? Would it help the team a lot more if the front office find a way to get another center? I mean, listen, you're not really going to play another center if you have Drummond and Vooch. You're just not going to. There's not going to be a lot of minutes. Now, you'd be better off saying get a power forward that can block some shots at this point than really a center because unless you're moving Drum, you're not moving Vooch. There's no other minutes for a center going around. There's just not. So that's something you got to look out for as well. So I don't see them making a move for a center. I could be wrong on that one. Maybe I am. But I just don't see it right now. We'll see what we do in the offseason. But unless we get a young center, like for example, if the Bulls were to make that trade that they talked about today with the Pistons, and they did get Jalen Duren, not going to happen. Let me be clear here: we're not getting Jalen Duren back in a trade. But if we were to do that, you would absolutely make minutes for them at that point. Zach Levine talking to LeBron and AD saying, "How come you guys don't want me anymore?" That's funny. That's hilarious. If we somehow get Asura Thompson in the deal, does Pat become expendable? No, because Asura Thompson is more of a 2-3, whereas Patrick Williams is a 3-4. So I won't say that necessarily means that. Um, what's the word, bro? I'm beginning to doubt Zach gets moved the week after next, but I could see these next 2.5 weeks being it for tomorrow. I would try to deal with Golden State around Kuminga Wiggins. Your thoughts? You're not getting Kuminga and Wiggins for DeMar DeRozan. Let's just be clear. There's no way in hell you're getting Kuminga and or Wiggins for DeMar DeRozan. Maybe Wiggins, but then even at that, Wiggins is just a year ago. Maybe I would have been in love with it. This season, Wiggins is just it's mad mid. So it's mad mid, extremely mid to be quite honest with you. Even more so, it's like Wiggins has been a disappointment this season. Could he turn it back around? Maybe. Um, I wouldn't necessarily have hope for that, but we'll see. Not basketball related, but you're gonna watch Baltimore beat the Chiefs ass Sunday. I know neither is a Chicago team because y'all whack, but still want to ask. Listen, I mean, yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game, and I do hope if I'm gonna pick any team in that one, it's definitely gonna be. I hope to see Baltimore pull out the win, but I do think that's gonna be a fun game to watch. I think it's gonna be a very, very fun game to watch. So he said it's on Pro Standards website now. Put the link in the chat? I didn't see it on Pro Standards because I knew you guys were going to ask. I looked before I started the stream. I did not see this on Pro Standards site, but hey, maybe I just scrolled past it. I know that they have the white and red, but I don't think they have the white and gold unless I just missed it, which is a possibility as well because I'm old and I don't be seeing shit sometimes. So there you go with that one. Bro, tonight feels like the 90s, Bulls versus Lakers, and everyone thinks it's WWE. That's funny. I mean, everybody always kind of think that. Listen, and Pro Standard got these new crew neck sweaters out. I may have to cop. Not right now, but I may have to cop eventually. But back to your thing, everybody thinks it's WWE. People always think sports are WWE, man. Like that's just that I said it before. Sports really are men's soap operas, fam. And once you realize that, it makes everything else so much more peaceful because it's just you don't get into it with people. You realize people just try to make this shit storylines, man. It's interesting. I feel like they have to make a move after last post trade deadline media day and to show what they said didn't work and can't go out and repeat the same speech again. But you never know. Hey, one thing that I've learned with AK and Eversley is that the things that make sense to us don't necessarily make sense to them. So that's what it comes down to. Zach wanted to be traded and thought he was going to the Lakers, but if he ends up on the Pistons, I wonder if he would feel like dude off. I'm going to get you, sucker. Shorty popped off her. That's funny. Um, that would be an interesting turn of events. That really would be an interesting turn of events. If Zach LaVine ends up getting traded to the Detroit Pistons, hey, at least he's gonna be the number one there. I mean, him and Cade. So what are you honestly seeing happen over the next 1 to 5 years besides fans continue to buy jerseys and tickets? It's exhausting being a fan of the team with the most unserious front office of all time. Gotta disagree with you on that. If this front office was unserious, they wouldn't have traded for Nikola Vucevic to show the league and Zach LaVine they were serious. They wouldn't have went out in an offseason where they didn't have any money, that we had no cap space, and we got Lonzo, Alex Caruso, and DeMar DeRozan. And so, yeah, they've rebounded terribly since then, but they did show we got to stop acting like this front office came in and did nothing. They just, as of late, they have not found a good way to rebound from the Lonzo Ball injury. Now, can they do it? Hearing that they're willing to shop Lonzo Ball's contract may point to that. And maybe they were looking on that glimmer of hope to really kind of understand what the next phase of the roster was going to be. So let's not act like they never did anything, because they actually got to work quite a bit to start off their run here. They just haven't rebounded well from that at all. Bulls for Life says, what's good, Haize? Have tanked and it's game day. I don't understand all the rumblings around trading Drummond. I get that he's got value, but why would you want to trade him when he compliments Kobe? Easy. Assets. That's the only reason, and that's the only reason I can give you is assets, right? And or maybe they also think that they're going to get another young center back and maybe a subsequent move. So that's kind of some things that are open for it, but we'll see. We'll see. Damn, ever since Andrew Wiggins found out that his wife was shit. Whoa, okay, we're moving on from that. That's crazy. He got reverse DeMar. The Lakers just keep looking for star talent instead of complementary role players. There's no reason why they should be trying to go after Zach or DeJounte Murray. Well, I think DeJounte is complementary for them. I think if you're able to flip, because keep in mind, if they're doing that, they're basically trying to flip mainly D'Angelo Russell for DeJounte, and I do think that that's a better move for where that roster is. I also think it gives them a younger player to pair with AD if LeBron does end up leaving. So I won't say that DeJounte isn't complimentary. Now the Zach LaVine portion of it always was kind of like, all right, they just want Zach, or they just want another clutch sports guy. So we'll see what happens there, man. Melvin in the building says, after seeing DeMar DeRozan's comments about Kobe White has the green light to take the last shot. If it comes to this situation again, you think Billy Donovan gets it? I get DeMar's clutch, but still. What, Melvin, like I said, even then, every single play has at least 5 different branches and possible outcomes based on what the defense is doing. And I will believe that one of those outcomes to that play they ran was probably for Kobe. What they saw, they went with DeMar. He was the one that ended up with the shot. But I do think that, listen, if the words are going to match, the actions are going to match their words, that there's reason to believe that they could go to Kobe more in the fourth. Haize, I wish we were more focused on getting draft picks back in any potential trades. Arturas just can accept blowing. Well, it's not accept. They're not blowing the roster up. I've been telling you guys that for the 2.5 years this show's been on the air. They're not blowing it all up. Look at Arturas Karnisovas' history. He's never blown it up. That time run in Denver. Denver hasn't won less than 32, 33 games for almost a decade since Carmelo left. So it's not the strategy that he comes from. And so, But you don't have to blow it up to improve the roster. That is why retooling and reshaping are possible outcomes. But a blow up, I've been telling you guys this for the longest. I know people still ask for it, and I don't understand why. They've told us they are not doing it. A blow up is not coming. It's not coming. I mean, let's be real. If a player does good against the Lakers, they are glorified, and Lakers fans start photoshopping a Lakers jersey on them, praying for Carter to have a good game. Hey, I feel you on that one. Reverse DeMar is crazy. That's what it is. She hit that reverse DeMar card on him. So Sydney says, not Bulls related, but I wonder how Kyle Lowry is feeling. I feel like DeMar said it without saying it. Kyle hasn't posted anything since the trade. Do you think he's trying to get out of Charlotte? Oh, he's getting bought out. They've already said that they're looking to flip him. That's why he hasn't posted anything. So, but listen, Kyle Lowry got that BBL, and life hasn't been the same. Nothing was the same. Nothing was the same since a grown ass man got a BBL. Nothing was the same. Take that for what you will. Take that for what you will. Yo, great work on all your shows, my brother. I definitely noticed your passion and love for one of the greatest cities and landmarks in the country. You just want your squads to embody the city's identity. That's it. That's really it. That's really it, man, when it comes down to it. Like, I really just want the teams that we have to be representative of the amazing city that Chicago is. That's what it comes down to. That's all I want to see. That's always where my focus has been for this team. Is just go out there and beat Chicago. And I know that we can. I know that we have the capability to, but we just got to go out there and make it happen. And so let's hope that we do. Let's hope that we do. I'll go into fan free agency if we buy out baby oil booty BBW. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Man, he won't do good stat wise, but for the fans' entertainment, bring BBL over here. No. Keep Kyle Lowry the hell up off my team. Don't bring him. We don't want him. We don't need to see him. None of that. You keep Kyle Lowry and that BBL over there. We good over here, fam. We get over here. We don't need BBL Lowry over here. I'm not signing off on that. Not that I have a say in it, but no. You keep BBL Lowry over there. We good over here. We're going to keep doing what we doing. Big Kev in the building says, I hate you. That hat and jacket combo is classic. Yeah, come on now. Listen, I do this. I don't know why. Why? First of all, New Era, Pro Standard, Lids, sponsor me, you cheap sons of bitches. Like, I am a walking advertisement for Chicago Bulls and Bears drip. This is what I do. This is what I do. And the fact that these cheap son of a bitches won't sponsor me is crazy. It's wild. It's downright disrespectful. There's nobody in the game with better drip than me. Period. Nobody. There are Bulls players that don't have as much Bulls drip as I got. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? Pro Standard, New Era, Lids. Sponsor me, you cheap sons of bitches. Sponsor me. What are we doing here? There should be a check with my name on it right now. And the fact that I don't have it is disrespectful to me and my ancestors. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling it. Sponsor me, you cheap sons of bitches. I get that AK doesn't want to blow it up, but he really needs to show the Bulls fans that he's fully committed to this team and make some slightly significant moves. The last 3 seasons have been rough. Now that I agree with. I said it on today's daily episode. It's about making moves that support what you're telling us we're trying to do. If you're trying to be this team that's trying to compete, make the moves that make sense in doing that. The Bulls haven't done that as of yet. Go out there and make those moves. I love the Shy Bulls podcast. Call you drip. Hey, that's like, yeah. Bobby, Kev, and C Dub have just started calling me, and Steve O too. They just call me drip. It is what it is. I'll take that. Because I got the best drip in the game. It just is what it is there. We all got Stockholm syndrome. If we're talking about the buyout market, this is bullshit. We a big market team, not some Mickey Mouse small market chop shop. That's that's a bar. That's a bar. Get this man a drip sponsor. Bet he's gonna some Concord 11s on too that matches fit. Listen, don't worry about what I got. And I got some I got some heat coming as well in the shoe game. Like I don't get to show the shoes on the show because I'm recording this in my basement. And listen, I barely have pants on sometimes. I definitely don't have shoes on. So but y'all make sure y'all go to the Bulls Summerfest. The drip that I'll have there will be ridiculous this year. Starters are out. Kobe White, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. That's your starting lineup tonight, guys. That was to be expected. If the Bulls don't make the playoffs this year, what are the chances Kobe leaves after his current contract? Well, he has 3 more years on his contract. So even if they don't make it this year, I don't think that really means anything for 2 years from now. So sponsor Haize and give him a friends and family discount code. Yeah, you motherfuckers. Sponsor me, you cheap sons of bitches. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Let's get this damn dub. Facts, Noid. Absolutely facts. Zay Over says, we in here with the best Chicago sports analysts in the YouTube community. Shout out to Haize. Much love, bro. Respect. Thank you for that, Zay. I appreciate that, brother. Haize, why do you think the front office hasn't filed for the career-ending injury exception for Lonzo? Maybe so that they can move his contract. Maybe. We'll see. Drippy Roosevelt out here roasting. That's hilarious. That's funny. But where's the good watch from though? What kind of watch was it? I don't even care about the watches, but you got all coy about it now. I want to know. That's an Invicta watch. All my super fancy watches are Invictas, or Fossils, but that was an Invicta watch. Cameron the Great says, hello, how's your day going? Mostly okay there, brother. Do you feel like the Bulls situation in the future is not that bad like some Bulls fans are making it out to be? Because I've seen Kobe and Io can get their trade value up for picks, and I roll my eyes. Oh, if anybody's thinking the Bulls are going to trade Kobe and Io, they're just so in their own ass crack that it doesn't make any sense. Like this is what it is. So, the situation the Bulls are in, it's not as bad as what people are making it out. It's not as good as some people are making it out. Hell, I had somebody call in and say the Bulls could clearly be a championship level team if Zach LaVine's healthy. And I'm like, so what brand of crack are you on? Like, I just like, is it a designer brand of crack? Is that what you're on right now? Designer cocaine. All right. Well, hey, to each their own, my fam. To each their own. Let's sweep the LA crypto trip. I've been to the 4 Bulls versus Lakers Clippers. Every time I wear a white home jersey, LA games are like Bulls home games. See red, fuck LeBron. Jesus, why is it fuck LeBron? I mean, I don't like Hairline James either, but what are we doing? What are the realest chances of getting Herb Jones? I can't see it. I mean, I can see them getting Herb Jones. It's not like it's a hard contract to match. It's just if that's, let's say the Bulls don't move DeMar, they don't move Zach, and they go out there and try to get a Herb Jones to kind of add some shooting, add some defense on the wing. I don't hate that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate that. And it's not hard to get that deal done. His contract's only $12 million. So if you're thinking we will trade Kobe, our ideas are getting eaten by JDH. That's facts. That's crazy. That's crazy. What would make this? What would you do to make this team competitive? As in, who would you trade, and what role certain players need to play in order to compete? Well, we've been competitive. Let's keep in mind that since December, the Bulls are playing with a 61 win percentage. 61. That's not any. That's a 50-win season. So that's what the Bulls have been playing since then. So the Bulls have been competitive. Now, if you're talking about like having the chance of making it out the first round, things like that, I would say that they need some rim protection and we need better shooters. We lose a lot of games to simple math. And as long as that keeps being a problem, it's always going to be something that we put ourselves in a position to lose games that we could be in because we don't shoot enough 3-pointers. So JDH is in here, bro. Wipe your mouth before you come in here talking to us. Bulls are better than Lakers. I predict to win. Don't do that. See, now the Bulls are going to lose. Now the Bulls are going to lose. We have really solid pieces. We just have to break up the core three for a better, more efficient, rounded team that continues getting others involved and develop. Hey, I can't argue with you there, brother. Humble servant in the building says, "What up, family? Late to the Haize Sports Bar. I love this sports bar. Mad to all my family. That's funny. That's funny. If anyone thinks the Bulls are trading Kobe White, you need to lower the amount of meth you're buying and smoking. Got to lay off the Walter White. Got to lay off the Walter White, guys. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?" Is LeBron playing now? Let's see if the Lakers have announced their starting five. Let's see. Yep, LeBron and AD are both playing tonight, y'all. So there you go. They're starting five: D'Angelo Russell, Prince, Austin Reeves, AD, and LeBron. So both those guys are playing today. And hey, I'm not mad at it. I've told you guys before, I want to see the Bulls play the best teams. That's my thought process. So let's hope they can get this dub. Quentin says, looks like everyone is hopping in even this late. Fire. Hey, it is. But matter of fact, Quentin, the fact that you're in here and it's Gigolo night, it's this late. Like, what do you just tell your clients that you weren't free during the Bulls game? Is that what you did? Is that what you're doing? Humble servant in the building says, late night watching this game and my wife like, get the drink, so bourbon it is. You can never go wrong with bourbon. You can never go wrong with bourbon. What's up, Haize? Let's go Chicago Bulls. Absolutely, fam. Absolutely. AD going to get injured by a rolled ankle in the second quarter. Don't wish injury on anybody, fam. Let's be better than that. Let's be a little bit better than that. Bo. All right. Says Gears Fire, bro. Thank you, Bo. I'm glad to have you in the building here, man. Yes, I get we're mediocre now, but it's kind of getting tiring of Bulls fans panicking, thinking we need to trade everyone for picks. It's like, chill. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Rumors on Lakers interested in Jump. Think we could explore it somehow? I mean, we could, but I hope you got some. You're getting another big in there because you trade Drummond. It's gonna be a little tough. A drink in a fat pair of okay. Whoa. How did we whoa, TBO tripping. Took some accrued PTO. You got PTO from being a gigolo? That's crazy. I can't say the joke that I want to say, but that's crazy. That's crazy. What's the over under about how many times LeClown cries to the refs from going for? Oh, you're gonna get 4 in the first quarter. That's gonna happen in the first quarter. I'm not wishing the injury. I'm just making a prediction considering AD's built like a glass statue. I mean, ice statue is more like it. I'm melting. What is the most immediate issue that needs to be solved? You think deciding what to do with DeMar Zach? I think Zach. Zach is probably the more pressing one. That doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be one out there, but I think it's Zach. If we're down by the third quarter, I'm taking my ass the fuck to sleep on my couch. I'm gonna cry on my pillow, slam a couple of sleeping pills, and going to sleep. It's already 10 fucking p.m. That's crazy. That's crazy. Super duper Danko in the building says, "What's good, my guy? I'm at the game. They better not embarrass me. Hey, I hope you got your Bulls dripped on, man." Tough wise, Sanogo manhandling the G League Dwight Howard style. Yeah, but we know that he's not going to play him. Like Billy Donovan's not going to play Sanogo this year. He's just not going to. Yeah, bro, I'm high in level. I'm not out here in these streets. I gotta disagree with that. If anybody's seeing Quentin, you know Quentin's on 73rd. Never mind. I gotta stop. Gotta stop. AD been pretty healthy this past year. Since 2020, he's played more games than PG, KD, Kyrie, Curry, and more. Yeah, I mean, listen, yeah, absolutely. Facts are facts. He's been way more healthy here recently than what he was before. So, Archangel says LeBron can't stop crying. He wakes up every morning, arms extended, palms up. That's funny. That is hilarious. All right, guys, we're 10 minutes till game time, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the pregame show. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button on the channel. You can follow the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. BullCentralPod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end everything on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See Red if you can. And we'll be back for the halftime hangout, y'all. Peace.